If you want to cruise at Autobahn type speeds in ultimate comfort, you're going to need the right tool for the job, and Audi will sell you the S8 for just that purpose. But what sort of fuel economy can you expect at legal speeds here on US highways? Tonight we find out. Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and tonight we've got the real-world highway fuel economy test on the 2024 Audi S8. In tonight's test, we're going to head out on the highway and do 50 miles out and 50 miles back, averaging 70 miles per hour to get you a realistic fuel economy number for this Luxo barge. Now before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Yes, highway fuel economy on the S8, because y'all threw a fit when we didn't run it on the S6, so now we've got the S4 and the S8. Maybe if you just average the two together, then you get the S6, right? Rocking one of my favorite motors, the 4-liter turbo motor from the Volkswagen Automotive Group. We had it in the S6, but this one a little bit more spicy and makes this one a whole lot of fun. So if you do want to see more on the car, check the link below. We've got links to our full review, our sound system test on the Bang & Olufsen Advanced 3D system. All that'll be linked below. So why do we do this test? Well, the EPA's highway fuel economy test, which gives this car, I believe it was 24 miles per gallon. You all will have already seen that. That test only averages 48 miles per hour. You know, there are plenty of people who use their vehicles for longer road trips and would like to know what sort of numbers you can realistically expect here in the real world. So in order to test that out, we're going to head over to the gas station here, fill up, go out and do 100 miles, come back, fill up at the same pump using the same 3-click fueling method, and get a result. Now, a few things to note for today. Outside temperature is currently 61 degrees Fahrenheit. That might drop 1 or 2 by the time we wrap up with the test. Tire pressures have been set to their door placard, and we're going to run the climate control at 73 degrees auto. I suppose I can get that going right now. We ended up putting in 5.698 gallons for our first fill. And before starting the engine, we've got our car's trip computer reset, got our GPS reset, climate control is ready to go. For drive modes, we've got Auto, Dynamic, and Comfort Plus. We're going to run this, you know what, we're going to run it in Comfort Plus because, hey, if you got an S8, you want to be comfortable if you're not driving sporty. And we're ready to begin. All right. So we're going to take it nice and easy over the highway. It's about 0.2 miles away and pick up the test from there. The goal of this test isn't to hypermile. We're not trying to get the best possible fuel economy for this car, but rather a realistic figure. So in order to do that, we're getting up to highway speed here at actually what I'd call less than a reasonable pace because we're stuck behind this Prius that is in no hurry. And we're going to get up to speed and set the climate control at a set the cruise control at a GPS indicated 71 miles per hour. And that should allow us to average about 70 over the whole test. Thank goodness I've said these words so many times because merging onto some of these highways is it's a chore. There's a lot going on. Plenty of passing power here with the S8. And as we expected, our car's speedometer is about 1.5 miles per hour high. Those German cars, they can't read low because that's against the law, so they always err on the side of high. I suspect we're going to beat our EPA by a few numbers. Typically, German sedan, that's all the recipe you need right there for beating the EPA's fuel economy test number. But hey, we'll see. You know, crazier things have happened. So I'm going to continue on here with the tests. I'm going to do the members only test for the Bang & Olufsen audio systems. Check the link below if you want to see that. In the meantime, enjoy this time lapse of the entire trip. coming into the end of the highway fuel economy test here in the Audi S8. 26.5 on the dash readout, just like I expected, a few miles per gallon above the EPA's test. However, I am also noticing that our trip meter is remarkably off. So we're just rolling over 92 on the car's trip meter, but we've actually traveled 94.5 miles. That's pretty dramatic. 2.5 miles over 100 miles. That means once you're doing 10,000, the car will have only done what, 1800? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Or 18. I don't know. Not a good time to do math right now. So it's pretty dramatic. 2.5 miles after 100 miles. That's not. I don't know. Maybe that's typical. I don't see that too often. That's pretty out of spec in my eyes. As for general comfort, it's good. I've got no problems with it. But it is more of a sport-oriented luxury cruiser than perhaps something like the BMW the 760i, M760i. Something like that is more of just a very cushy, fast cruiser. This feels a little bit less at home cruising, just like calm speeds, and then it feels a little better in the corners pushing it hard. So a little bit different philosophy on Luxo barges there, but overall, I mean, you got everything you need. You got the luxury seats, you got plenty of adjustment in the seats, nice light steering, competent adaptive cruise control, and active lane keeping. What else? Not super impressed by the Bang & Olufsen sound system. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's very, very strong and it sounds good, but for this price point and this tier of vehicle, it's not quite hanging with the Mercedes and the BMW. Anything else? I think that's going to be about it for our highway impressions. So we're going to get it back to the pump here, fill it up, and see what our average is. 3.835 gallons going in for our final fill. We took a slightly different route around the gas station here this time, so 99.9 miles traveled, not the usual 100. And we put in the 3.835 gallons, giving us 26 miles per gallon flat, and that's just about what the car's readout said as well. Man, we're getting nice and accurate with these tests. Really matching up well with the vehicle's readout. So 26 MPG here for the S8. We've got a 21.7 gallon fuel tank, so 21.7 times that 26 miles per gallon is giving you an effective highway cruising range 560 miles at 70 miles per hour here in the Audi S8. Now, just so you all know, we did run this test on the M760i that we had back in Michigan. And so, slightly different testing situation, but that car, both on its readout and from the pump calculation, came out to 30 MPG. So, even though that one is really large and really boxy, BMW does still have a little bit of an advantage from the fuel economy standpoint. And I believe, was that one? Yeah, it was xDrive as well, so it was all-wheel drive. And we haven't tested exactly the equivalent Mercedes S-Class, but the S580 did get 28 miles per gallon. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on this S8, check the link below. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.